Sometimes love enters our lives like an ancient whisper, as if the universe in silence conspired to remind us of something long forgotten. Have you ever looked into someone's eyes and felt a memory that wasn't yours? A warmth that didn't come from the present, but from a place beyond time? It's as if that person awakened something dormant inside you, and without knowing how or why, you find yourself surrendered, captivated, as if fate were pulling the threads of your soul. But what if I told you that love is rarely what it seems? That behind the beauty and euphoria, there is an invisible architecture, a dance between unconscious minds, a mirror game between light and shadow. According to Carl Jung, no one falls in love by accident. There are only two deep reasons why someone truly falls in love with you, and neither has to do with what you show on the surface. Love, when still unconscious, is a response to hidden forces that shape our choices, to wounds longing to be healed, to archetypes yearning to be fulfilled, to projections begging to be recognized. In this video, we'll dive deep into the psychology of love. We'll uncover why people truly fall in love with you, and why, so often, what we call love is merely the soul trying to find itself again. Get ready for an inner journey, because this isn't a video about relationships. It's a call to self-awareness. It's love as a path to awakening. If this search for meaning resonates with you, subscribe to the channel. Here, every video is a mirror to your soul and a doorway back to yourself. Do you believe you chose the person you fell in love with? Or was it something older, deeper, as if your soul knew the path before you ever walked it? Carl Jung once said, "What is not brought to consciousness comes back as fate." And love is one of those mysterious repetitions. It feels spontaneous, but follows a hidden logic, an emotional equation built from trauma, silence, and childhood memories. Why are we always drawn to the same type of person? Why do certain gazes paralyze us, while others pass unnoticed? Because we don't love with the conscious mind. We love with our wounds, with the inner child still longing for comfort, with the heart that recognizes in another's pain the echo of its own. You don't attract people randomly. You attract mirrors. And each mirror has a role: to reveal what hasn't yet been seen within you. Behind every sudden passion, there's an ancient reunion, as if pieces of you lost in time were being called back to awareness through the eyes of another. And the most curious thing? What attracts you most in someone might be exactly what you've yet to allow to bloom in yourself. So, next time you fall in love, ask yourself, who within me is being enchanted right now? It's the answer to that question that we'll begin to explore next. Did you fall in love with a person, or with an ancestral image they awakened in you? Behind every overwhelming love, there's an archetype at play. The sage, the lover, the rebel, the mother, the savior. Eternal figures that live within us. And when we see them reflected in someone else, desire is ignited. Jung called this the anima and the animus, the unconscious image of the feminine within the man, and the masculine within the woman. But more than gender, these figures are psychic forces, parts of ourselves crying for integration. And when we meet someone who embodies those images, we feel we've found the love of our life. But did we truly find the other? Or just a forgotten part of ourselves? Have you ever wondered why some passions feel magical, almost mystical? It's because they touch this archetypal layer. They're not just encounters. They're activations. It's as if that person came to ignite an ancient flame within you. And that's why the impact feels so deep, so irresistible. But there's a danger here. Because when we project an archetype onto someone, we stop seeing them as they are and start loving the idea, not the soul. How many loves end not because someone changed, but because the archetypal veil fell away? So the question is, Who are you really loving? The person in front of you, or the image your soul created to remember itself? In the next section, we'll explore the most delicate consequence of this: when love touches your oldest wounds. Why do some people make us feel alive, and at the same time torn apart? Why does love hurt so much sometimes? Because true love doesn't just uplift, it exposes. It touches the wounds you've spent your whole life trying to hide. It tears off the mask of self-sufficiency and reveals the child still crying inside. That feeling of abandonment, rejection, insecurity. It wasn't created by the other. They merely reflected, like a relentless mirror, what already lived within you. And the deeper the connection, the deeper that mirror goes, as if the other held the key to your soul's basement, and without knowing, opened doors you thought were locked forever. Have you ever felt anger towards someone just for making you feel? Have you pushed someone away who, deep down, only wanted to love you? Have you obsessively chased someone who merely activated your emptiness? These are clear signs. Love isn't wounding you. It's revealing a wound that was already there, waiting to be healed. The other becomes the stage. But the script is all yours, Jung reminds us. We meet ourselves time and again in 1,000 disguises on the path of life. Love, at this point, becomes an initiation. It's not about the other. It's about what the other awakens in you. And this is where many get lost. We run from the pain. And in doing so, we miss the chance to heal. But what if you faced it? What if, for the first time, instead of running, you dove in? In the next section, we'll discover how love, even in the pain it stirs, can become the catalyst for your inner awakening. Love has the power to destroy us, or to rebuild us. And sometimes it does both, within the same story. After touching our wounds, love offers an invitation. Will you keep projecting, or will you awaken? Because, contrary to what many believe, love is not an end. It's a portal, a passage, a rite of initiation into a new version of yourself. How many times did you have to lose someone to finally find yourself? How many times did a broken heart force you to look within? These moments, though painful, are the most fertile. It's in the collapse that the true self begins to emerge. It's in the absence of the other that, for the first time, you hear the presence of the self. Jung said that individuation, the process of becoming who you truly are, happens through the integration of love and pain, through the reconciliation of shadow and light. And love, when it's real, doesn't complete you. It reveals you. It shows you who you're not yet, but who you could become. It shows you what still needs to be embraced within. And if you're brave enough, it transforms you. So next time love shakes everything inside you, ask yourself, what part of me is trying to be born through this experience? Because maybe this person didn't come to stay. They came to push you back into yourself. In the next and final section, we'll arrive at the deepest realization. Love as a reunion with the self, the soul behind all encounters. At the end of every love story, only one question remains. Who did you become because you loved? Because the true purpose of love is not to keep the other, but to remember yourself. The other comes as a symbol, as a messenger from the unconscious. And if we pay attention, we realize they carry something we need to integrate. Not to complete each other, but to become whole. When Jung speaks of the self, he's not referring to the ego or to the everyday I. He speaks of the divine spark that lives within every being. Wholeness. What we were, what we are, and what we are destined to become. And love, when lived consciously, leads us to this sacred place. It lifts us from the illusion of separation. It breaks down the masks of the persona. and brings us back to the center of our being. Do you see? It's not about who loves you. It's about who you discover within yourself when you are loved. That's why some people cross our lives with such intensity. They didn't come to stay. They came to awaken, to ignite the light, to open the door. And then one day, you understand. It wasn't him. It wasn't her. It was you, coming home. What we deny in ourselves, we meet in others as fate. Carl Jung. If this video spoke to your soul, let your heart express itself in the comments. Share this message with someone who needs to remember who they are. And remember, love doesn't choose you by accident. It is the call of the self, disguised as a meeting. And if this video stirred something within you, if it awakened a forgotten memory, a wound waiting to be healed, or a new way of loving, then subscribe to the channel. Here, each video is a key to the invisible, a mirror for those brave enough to look within. Like, share, and tell us in the comments, who did you rediscover within yourself after you loved? And if you wish to continue this deep journey through the human soul, watch the next video, where we reveal what your shadow is trying to tell you every time love hurts.